a lot of frustration. Some of it is because we don't actually know what to do. We feel as if we've tried everything and that progress is now sort of beyond our reach. But can that be? Can that be? Well, first let's diagnose the problem. Then we'll figure out how to solve it. Engineer Mahama, Kweku Nchubu-Isiakun. Once again, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
Good to be here.
Yeah, if it's okay, I'd like to start with you, Engineer Mahama. And the question is a broad one. What is broken in our nation?
Well, I would say good morning to your cherished viewers, listeners. A lot is broken. I'm looking at one thing before I even jump into my field, the exploitation. I think some few days ago, we overheard that Cote d'Ivoire had started some control. I don't know how they are going to do that, but I asked the president about 4 months ago who is actually in charge of the market. Because you go to a shop to go and buy an item, you get out of the shop within a matter of an hour or two, you come back and the price had increased. In fact, I had the experience going to buy tiles on a Saturday morning. They close at 12 on Saturdays. I think after we purchased the tile, we could not buy the whole quantity we wanted. So we had to come back on Monday morning. So I even issued a check. And they said if the check is not cleared on Monday by 10 a.m., there's a likelihood of an increment. And truth be told, Monday when we came, it had increased again. Even with the check that we issued on Saturday. And then we went to the ministry to go and have a meeting. When we came back, it has increased again on the same Monday, twice, from 97 to 111. And so I asked myself, what could have just triggered a change from Saturday afternoon to Monday twice on a Monday morning? And so even with foodstuffs that we have in the country, it's just mind-boggling how we're having the discrepancies in the fluctuation. I don't know what actually the cause, but let's just come to my field. Contractors who are working for individuals are pitying the client, the individuals. Because we signed a contract on a Friday, no, in fact on a Tuesday. A check was issued to us on Wednesday. The check was cleared on Friday afternoon. We wanted to go and buy, I think, 44 tons of iron rods.
Yeah.
We couldn't get the tons on the Friday. So Monday, we had come to around the Achimota Fankor Road, no, Achimota and Sound Road, around mid-year, to go and purchase the iron rods. And we were awakened by just an escalated price of 84,000 Ghana cedis to be added to a contract that was signed on a Tuesday with an iron rod price of 5,900 Ghana cedis to 8,300 from Tuesday to Monday. From 5,900 to 8,300, 8,500. And so you can't just fathom what exactly is happening with the system. That is with iron rods. Same applies to tiles. Same applies to electrical, the wiring. That is also gone more than 60% in 3 months. So I did some extrapolation with the purchase of the material as at November 2021, when the dollar was around 7.01. And the iron rods was 5,900. At the time, the dollar went to 7.4, 7.6. You cannot tell me that the price would go to 8,300. That's about 41% increase in the material cost, and then 17% or so in the depreciation of the cedi from November to March, April. So something ought to be done. Otherwise, a lot more of the up-and-coming business or middle earners, income earners cannot put up any structure. Because 44 cedis of cement, 49 cedis of cement is now 63. So you take almost every commodity in the built environment. You can't do affordable housing, because these are the basic material that you need to do the affordable housing, especially if you're going to do high-rise buildings. And it's about time even Ghana will have to start looking at that so that we can make use of our land. We are going horizontal And that in itself is going to give us a lot of problem in about 10, 15 years. Where we'll have to, so something we call grid blocks. Apart from the buildings which are just going horizontal, we are not connecting our roads. When you go to US, they have what we call the grid block connections. It's not traffic lights. They are interconnected within the district, within the communities. We all rush from all our junctions to get to the central intersection point before we can access the main roads. That is another problem. If you look at a typical example, when you're coming from, Amasaman, you get to ACP Junction. Anybody who want to access Ebri, Peduase Lodge, to Manfi, or to drive to Achimota, or go through Hachu, get to Atomic Junction, and come and connect there towards Medina, to Oyarifa, to Ayimensa, to Peduase. There you can access Kitasi to Ebri. Whereas we have about 15 minutes if the Brekusu Road had been done. And I remember you have hammered on that countless years. And that is a very short distance from the ACP Junction to connect to the Eastern Bloc. Yeah. Now, if you are coming from Dodua and you want to access Adenta, or you want to go to Ebri, you want to go to Nsawam, you want to connect to Koforidia. So why are we talking about the traffic? You'll have to drive through Oyibi, all those areas, and come to Frafraha, and come to the Abenta Junction. And then you turn on the Oyarifa Pantanjanshi Road. In fact, that on the Torre, that's my first road after school. And that road is 16 years. You can count up to 10 potholes on that road. So we speak with some authority. From Pantan Junction to Oyarifa, Ayimensa, Peduase, the Peduase Lodge. In fact, it was the road was constructed to earmark to usher in the 50th anniversary of the Ghana's independence, 2007. So we started from 2004 to 2007. So there are a lot of links that can connect to the Oyarifa Strait to the top, to Kuforodia or to Nsawam. So the more you do the interconnector roads, you expand the area and you decongest the system. But I don't know how our road sector is being operated. So everybody from, let's say, about 30 cars are coming from Dodua, Amrahia area, or from Ashama, they've connected to Doibi, and they want to come to Ebri. They all have to join the traffic and come to Adenta before they will turn. Whereas from Dodua coming, there's a road that links around the Oyibi Ashama Junction to the back of the Ebri police station. That is under 7 kilometers. And if that road is done and is even told 10 cities, a lot more people will connect there than to travel under 2 hours to come to Adenta barrier and then turn right. With all that time, the traffic, the congestion, the consumption of fuel, health issues, because some people are not driving on their own. You are sitting in a trotro, and you see average of about 6 feet. Your legs are leaned on by the other one in front of you. So at a point in time, people have broken legs, weak bones. And so these connector roads, I don't know if the Ministry of Roads and Highways and other sector agencies would have to listen to some of this program, or they'll be calling to have a program, then just the citizens will just be calling to give them ideas of where they can connect some of the roads. Because the more you do this, so just imagine those cars I'm talking about coming from Dodua, and they're all coming to Ebri, about 40 cars, also contribute to the traffic at Adenta. They just connect around that place, and they go to the Oyibi, that's the Oyibi town, and they just behind the Ebri police station. They have taken off that congestion from those who also the stream of flow coming to Adenta, and they connect to the Ebri, and then to Nsawam, to Koforodia, to Kumasi. So all these few connector roads, when they are actually considered, we won't be complaining about a lot of these intersections here and there. So that's one. And I've heard the Ministry of Works and Housing, I think they've gone to Parliament to bring another authority, the Hydrological Survey Authority.
Yes.
We've had a lot of authorities. The DVLA, there's Road Safety, there's Food and Drugs Board, which has become authority, a lot more. The Hydro had given you advice, technical advice, as to what to do to minimize your floods out of 18 ponds, 0 had been constructed. You don't need an authority to go and establish other physical feature and edifices, to bring in CEOs, their deputies, their board, their directors, the IT department. When we are confronted with these challenges, it takes just a department to advise the ministry, the Works and Housing Ministry, not an authority. In this case, the floods are bare. Because of the challenge we have with the floods, a lot more people who are not into engineering are enlightened. So somebody can tell you the cause of floods in Accra, the cause of floods within the country. You don't need authority because they are part of the agency already. Why do you want to go and spend so much money again? And if you do that, you're going to add to the other regions because the authority has to spread the other regions. We have a physical planning authority, and that from town and country planning, how they fared over the years. It was passed in 2016. The Land Use and Spatial Planning Act of 2016 at 925 has given all the assemblies officers who are supposed to be there to advise the committee before approvals are given for permits for construction. What is happening?
They are there. We pay them.
So you don't need the authority to advise the Works and Housing Ministry. They need just an entity, one, maybe an individual, a consultant, to do that, not an authority again, where we'll be sinking so much money down the drain. We are getting to the stage that say, we're all going to, so if you say, I don't care, we are facing the brands. You buy slices of plantain at 3 cities. Now you need about 10 to be able to satisfy yourself in the afternoon. If you think you're not going to talk about Ghana, and you want to sit aloof and just watch what is happening, you also face the same consequences that we are facing. You understand? Because look at what the Greater Accra Regional Minister is doing. If you have 10 of such ministers in the country, I'm sure we're going to make a headway. If you are those who have been driving on the Medina stretch, from Ebri to Accra, Accra to Ebri, just about a year ago, you will stay at Medina Zongo Junction, if not for 45 minutes, to traverse an otherwise 2 minutes journey distance. But when the man stood on his grounds and involved the assembly, the Medina Lankwantanai, now you spend about 4 minutes, 5 minutes, 6 minutes, you are gone. And you have seen a lot more people using the footbridge because there are people who are down there who will whip you to line if you decide to ignore the footbridge and you go across. I have said that should anybody die under the bridge, unfortunately, knocked down by a vehicle, that driver should be left to go scot-free. 90 degrees under the footbridge. If you ignore the bridge, the footbridge, because before the bridge was completed, you remember what happened in Ghana?
Yeah.
The demonstration when the young girl died, unfortunately, at the West African school.
Yeah.
And then it was all over. 6 footbridges have been completed. And now, 50 meters away, you don't want to walk just about 1 minute to climb the bridge and go across to save your own soul. You want to go under the bridge. I don't think a driver should be arrested for mistakenly hitting a pedestrian who deliberately decided to walk under the bridge. You understand? So these are the few things that I'm sure that we have to, and then your house is full of records. I said 2 things about 4 years ago, that Accra will start to flood when there's no rain. I think 2 weeks ago, there was a small indication of that. I said about 4 years ago, when people didn't know that it was getting to this stage, we will continue to expand the drainage system in Accra. If government does not decide to go up the hills and immediately put a stop to the constructions on the Brekusu, Ayimensa, Taiman, Damfa, Pukwasi, Amasaman, Makadi Hills.
The waterways
you can expand the drains in 3 folds. The flood waters will come to us in multiples. We're not going to see any good sign next year, especially when the Minister of Finance had decided not to release money for the Works and Housing Minister to carry out advice from the Hydro Department that 18 retention ponds ought to be constructed to intercept the water. When the water starts to run from the upstream, it comes with, let's say, 1 cm, okay? As it's gathering momentum from other connect, it increases from 1 cm, you get to 1 meter. Then by 1 meter, it starts to get to your window level into other people's homes. But the essence of the interceptor wells, the ponds, the retention ponds, is to intercept the water, and then before it will build up the subsequent one, it has already been intercepted again. So if you don't do that, I'm not surprised about what happened in Accra. But it's one thing. Any country in the world who had gone for an emergency cabinet meeting and the minister has been instructed by cabinet to release money for an extension, and the silting of drains to at least minimize the floods, and the minister decide not to do that, you'll be charged for manslaughter in any other country.
That's a perfect place to end, because I want you to think about that. Just think about that for a minute. What would happen in another country if the things we tolerate in Ghana were to happen there? Engineer Mahama, thank you. When we come back, you hear from Kweku Enchibuesiako on what he thinks is broken with our nation. Stay with us.
GSE, the Ghana Stock Exchange, energized for growth. Join Ghana's preferred investment platform. Experience our 3 exciting markets customized to meet the scale of your idea or business. GSE Main Market, Ghana Alternative Market GAX, Ghana Fixed Income Market GIFM. The GSE provides the platform that helps you mobilize capital for your business to be in the right place. Speak to us or our licensed brokers and we will tell you how. GSE, the preferred platform for investment and raising long-term capital.
Driver, so it's no mommy why?
Your money no reach.
But you're also sweating.
Sake of the 11 no.
11 na your ding.
Aha, see them, government speaking. By their words you shall know them.
Wait, are you aware that if we had better road network, we would not be in this unnecessary traffic?
I'm aware, pa, but things are tough.
Indeed, things are tough all over. That is why we need to come together and ensure a better future for Ghana.
What are you talking about?
Bosu, when we all pay it, it becomes more. Little drops of e-levy can build a mighty nation.
We are sure.
When you pay your taxes, including e-levy, the government will be in a better position to provide more social amenities and build more infrastructure.
Charlie, it not be easy.
Mitewase, but it gets better when we have a plan and we stick to it. Many Ghanaians don't pay their taxes. It's not easy for the government to. E-levy know a good plan, so let's together build our nation with it.
Hey, e-levy ambassador papa. Let your taxes work for you and let's help develop Ghana together. This ad is powered by the government of Ghana, Ghana Revenue Authority, and the people of Ghana.
Pay your taxes.
It's Melcom craziest sale ever. Melcom, your one-stop shop, brings you the craziest sale ever. Activate your shopping mood now to enjoy huge discounts and mind-boggling crazy offers at any Melcom shop nationwide. It's the craziest sale ever. Terms and conditions apply. Melcom, where Ghana shops.
Have you heard the saying that quality is remembered long after the price is forgotten? Seeing is believing. That is why every year is Samsung for me. From this July, enjoy great discounts as you purchase high quality Samsung mid-year promotion. Yes, with 1,399 Ghana cedis, you will be going home with a Samsung 32 inches satellite TV. With 3,299, you get yourself a Samsung split AC. With 1,499, a twin top washing machine is yours. With 3,199, Samsung refrigerator Duracool top mounted freezer will be standing strong in your kitchen like forever. For more info, call 0242 439 437. And what a smart TV. Then get a 4K. Then get a 8K. Then get a projector. Then get wow. Samsung mid-year promotion.
Bringing you a sound you can feel.
Yeah. Willie's beat. Okay, young boy.
You're welcome back. It's the Super Morning Show on Joy99.7 FM. It's a holiday edition on this Eid al-Adha holiday. Eid Mubarak to all of our Muslim brothers and sisters who have tuned in. It's just about 9 o'clock right here on everybody's favorite breakfast. And today we're asking the question, what is broken with our nation? We've already heard from Engineer Mahama. He's no stranger to the show. And he's talked about the built environment, especially here in Accra. He's pointed out some of the very simple solutions that ought to solve some of the biggest traffic problems that we have in this country. I got a text message from Chris Nunu, who's listening. He says that we should also ask about the Accra Kaswa Winneba Cape Coast Road. What can be done about that one? Do you know, a friend of mine, Seth Yeboah Ukran, who happens to be the president of the Ghana Car Rentals Association, gave a certain recommendation. You see the road, the one that runs in front of Golden Tulip, the dual carriageway that runs in front of Golden Tulip. At a point, you get to a traffic light where you can turn right and go up to Airport City, right? And at the top of that road, you can turn right again, and it'll take you by towards El Wak Stadium, by the gym, the officers' armed forces gymnasium or mess, I believe it's called. Now, he suggests that we should make that loop a one-way street. That if we were to make the traffic one way in that direction, it would solve a lot of traffic problems. So all the dual carriageway capacity will be going in one direction. And then when you go up to the smaller roads, it's all going in one direction, so that you don't have that gridlock with cars going both ways, choking the routes and the traffic lights stopping and starting, and all that mayhem that you see during rush hour. I wonder whether that will work. Something to think about. It's a suggestion, and that's what builds nations, right? Okay, before we come back into the studio and hear from Kweku Enchiboesiakon, let me remind you that there's great news for all SMEs in Ghana. The Allianz SME Assured by Allianz Life is here to secure the future of business owners, their employees, apprentices, and company assets. Allianz SME Assured is a comprehensive yet affordable and highly customizable insurance package designed for small and medium-sized enterprises. It includes cover options for life, critical illness, telemedicine, fire protection, and many, many more. So if you want to get insured and covered, dial the short code star 1890 hash. Star 1890 hash and select option 9, or just call Allianz Life Insurance on 0308 249 090. All right, Allianz Life, we secure your future. Okay, let's get back to it. Our guests, Engineer Mahama and Kweku Enchiboesiakon, both dedicated, patriotic Ghanaians. And today we're having a family conversation about what's broken with our country. We've heard Engineer Mahama. It's now time for Kweku Enchiboesiakon. And he's already hinted that for him, what's broken with our country has to do with whatever it is that keeps us going back to the IMF 17 times now. If we don't fix something,